What's going on, sports fans? It's your boy, Josh Williams, back again with another episode of the American Fan 365 podcast. Unfortunately, the front row has been snowed in New York, and so she was not able to make it back in time today. But we have a special guest, our first professional athlete in studio today. He is an all-pro. He's going to be in somebody's Hall of Fame, whether it's the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the College Hall of Fame, or maybe even his high school. He's known for running over defensive linemen and Vegas valets, Mr. Peyton Barber. What's going on, Peyton? How you doing today, bro?
Thank you for having me.
There it is. Oh, and George brought on the claps. I like it. There it is.
Goddamn, what an intro. Love it.
George, I got some more. I was like, I had to start bringing in some thoughts on these.
Your WWE.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, brother, who we have in studio today. All right, Peyton Barber.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get my Don King on as we keep getting bigger and better on this. But we've got to jump in, talk about the Super Bowl last night. It's great to have a show on Monday and be able to jump right into football. The Super Bowl was a tale of two halves. You know what I mean? The Eagles jumped out there, were flying high. Yeah. And the second half, Jalen Hurts started making that face. And when he made, I meant to send it actually to you, George. When I saw it when the Redskins beat them. Well, excuse me, the Commanders. When we beat them and they were undefeated, he has this face that he makes like when things aren't going well. And it's like, oh, it's not a determined face. It's not like sad, but it's just this face that he makes, and when he makes it, they always lose. Like I've noticed they've lost those games. Okay. So I don't know. What do you think? What did you think about yesterday's game? Both first, second half.
I thought it was a great game. Very entertaining. I feel like things started going left for the Eagles when Jalen had that fumble and they ran it back.
Think so, because they came back, had the big touchdown, the big throw.
Yeah, but I feel like that's when the momentum kind of started to change slightly.
Okay.
Slightly. But I mean, hats off to Patrick, man.
Yeah.
So
now you talk about momentum. I know that's something that fans, pundits, commentators always talk about. That is that something literally that you guys can feel like on the field, where it's like something's different, something's changing?
Oh yeah,
you can feel it.
Momentum swings, yeah, you definitely feel them on the field.
Really?
Shoot, that was a big statement when the Chiefs opened up second half, marched all the way down, scored.
Like easily marched down the field.
Yeah. So.
Now, we talked about this last week. Do you think that this was a legacy builder for both Andy Reid, who has announced that he will be back as long as the Chiefs will have him, and I'm pretty sure the Chiefs will have him, but a legacy builder both for Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes? Like, what do you think this did for both of their legacies moving forward?
I think it solidified Patrick as being one of the greats, or one of the up and coming greats. I think Patrick has just as much ability to be like the next Tom Brady and stuff like that. Andy, I mean, that just solidifies how great of a coach he is,
Yeah.
So
I think I talked about it last week. I think Andy Reid was already in the Hall of Fame prior to this game, just because of what he had done in Philly, and then also what he had done, as the coach of the Chiefs. But now it's like undeniable in terms of where his place is, in terms of all-time great coaches from the Bill Walsh tree. And it's funny to hear you say, in terms of maybe Patrick Mahomes becoming like another GOAT. Fred Smoot yesterday actually was interviewed by some stations out of Philadelphia, and he was asking, like, is it possible for us to have two GOATs? Like, can we have, Tom Brady's the GOAT, but maybe Patrick Mahomes is the baby GOAT for right now?
I mean, shoot, I say you give it another. I mean, let's see if Patrick plays with 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Let's see how, I guess, everything starts to add up, because there's some things that Patrick does that Tom wishes that he could do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, look, listen, just the heart that he played with throughout this run because,
sure.
usually I had mentioned before, a lot of times when the Chiefs have kind of flamed out, a lot of it was because their team was hurt. Patrick was hurt or his offensive line was completely jacked up and he had nobody. But this year, gutted it out through – everyone kept calling it a broken ankle. It's a high ankle sprain. People can play on them, but you could tell it's definitely –
man,
go ahead.
A high ankle sprain, I had that in high school. And I ended up having to have surgery on my ankle.
Really?
Yeah. They put a pin. It's called a tightrope procedure. So they stick a screw initially through. So you have 2 bones in your ankle, and they stick a screw like diagonally through those bones to keep your the bones intact.
Really?
Yeah, because I tore like the main ligaments that holds the bones together. So
Yeah.
they say anything like if it's a grade 3 sprain. It's technically up for surgery. So, yeah, I ended up missing half the season in high school because of that.
Now, what year of high school was that?
That was my junior year.
Okay, so that's a big year.
Yeah, most important year, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Great. Now, how many surgeries have you had throughout your career?
Throughout my career,
Yeah.
2.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
Yeah, 2.
Okay, all right. My brother, he was always, like, petrified to go under the knife. Like, he would not. So, like, half his career, he had stuff that was broke. He just wouldn't get it fixed.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't getting it fixed. It was just Jesus had to take care of it.
Yep. There's definitely some there's some things that I guess you go through as a football player and stuff like that you got to toughen out. But luckily, I've been blessed to, I've only gone underneath the knife twice. So.
That's good, man. That's good. Now, back to the game and back to the Chiefs. What now for Eric Bieniemy? I felt like everyone yesterday was really, really championing him. You know what I mean? Like, this is, Eric is such a great guy. Eric has done such a great job. But he still just can't get hired as a head coach. You know what I mean? And so I know from my team's perspective, we're one of the teams that are interested in him possibly as the offensive coordinator. I know a lot of teams need an offensive coordinator this year, and they're kind of saying that it might be smart for him to go to a new situation and show that, okay, like, I can do everything that everyone has said I've been doing. Do you think it's best for him to get to another situation, or should he just keep winning championships with the Chiefs?
That's a tough one, to be honest. I think that's like totally up to him, you have something great in the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But, that's a tough one. I don't
What
know.
What would you do? What would you do if it was about, because, like, I guess, like you said, the main thing is what does he want?
Exactly.
So if his final goal is to be a head coach, and if Andy isn't going anywhere for another 4 or 5 years, you could kind of be caught in that Josh McDaniels situation where it's like, I don't know where the coach is going to retire, so they're not going to just give me this team.
Right.
I might have to go find another team. And if the narrative, even if it's right or wrong, is that, he doesn't run the plays or he isn't running practices or whatever it is, whatever they are trying to hold against him for being black, but whatever they're trying to hold against him, do you think it might be best for him to go to another situation and then, have another top 5 offense? Because, like, look, if he comes to my team and becomes and the Commanders become like a top 10, top 5 offense in 1 year, he's gonna probably bounce because then it's
sure.
like, well, they was trash and now they're not.
For
You
sure.
know what I mean?
For sure. I think it's just like what you said. It's really up to him, up to what he wants to do. If it was me personally,
Yeah.
if that was my goal in the end, was to be a head coach, then I'd probably leave. I'd walk by faith, not by sight, and just try to figure it out from there. So,
I love it. Now, George, I know you have some of the stuff back there queued up. I'm gonna just start this by saying, how much do we love Travis Kelce? Peyton, did you see Travis Kelce's post game?
I didn't.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't get a
Okay.
chance to see it.
Good. George has it.
I know it was probably good.
And so this is right after the game. And I made sure to get the uncensored version because Aaron Andrews gave us censored.
Said the Chiefs were gonna take it home this year. Not a single one. Feel that shit. Feel it. And on top of that, next time the Chiefs say something, put some respect on our name. They ain't won
I love it.
Yeah.
I love Travis Kelce. Feel that ish. Feel it. Feel it. Travis Kelce, if anybody had first touchdown, you made money. If anybody had anytime touchdown with Travis Kelce, you made money. He had a good game. I won't say a spectacular game, but he made some big catches in big moments, third downs. And, it wasn't like he went wild, but he set the tone in the beginning and then made plays throughout enough to, continue to, take advantage of the defense rolling coverages and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Travis is definitely one of those special players, man. And he has the ability to take over a game. That's their, besides Patrick, that's their best player. You stop him, I mean, that game looks a lot different.
Did Mecole Hardman play yesterday? I just thought about that.
He did.
Lord have mercy. That boy did he have a catch?
I could check that for you. I don't think so.
Check that, because I literally was like, nobody was hurt, and then I was like, wait, what happened to Hardman? I don't even think he did anything yesterday.
No clue, yeah.
They have a lot of options, though, man.
They do, and listen, not a lot of. I will say also, not a lot of. Patrick Mahomes didn't really get loose. Like, he only had like 200 yards. It wasn't like there was a whole.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wasn't like he had. Wasn't like there was a lot of balls out there for people to catch.
Yeah.
So the Eagles had the entire first half. Like, that whole first half, they had the ball. So I didn't think about that either. But talking about the second half. I said last week that the Chiefs were prepared for wars. They had been in a war. They had just been in a war with the Bengals. And Philly all year has been a great front runner. They weren't necessarily a team that, when they got into wars, by and large, they lost. They didn't, Like, I think the only one they won was versus the Cowboys at the end. Like, most of their games that they got into in situations, they lost them. What do you think the Chiefs' second half adjustments were that really changed the game for them?
I mean,
well, because look, they started running. That was I think the biggest thing.
That was the biggest thing, getting the run game going.
Yeah, they started running stretches and outside. They got outside the numbers more, and it was like, okay.
Once they got the run game going, it seemed like everything else started opening up. Juju got loose.
He did
in that second half also.
A couple times.
Let's see. I guess one of the adjustments that they did for the Eagles, really stopping Jalen from rolling out of the pocket. That was a big adjustment that I saw they made with him.
Yeah,
so.
They started the backside contain was definitely better. Because that first half, I mean, like, I was like, what? Like, he's 20 yards deep. Like, can we please, at least make him throw it away? Like, you can't give up a 15-yard run after he rolled back 20 yards. Like, we can't do that.
Right. And also stopping that deep ball as well.
Oh, my goodness. That was the key to the whole game for me, was because their secondary is trash. like hot trash. But they made enough plays. They made enough plays in the end. But it was like every time that ball went deep, I was like, please, Lord, please don't let this happen for them. Please.
For sure.
But I will say, I also was very, very nervous because I thought this guy might have really messed everyone's parlays up. Kadrius TONEY got loose at the end. That great route design with the touchdown to take the lead.
Yeah.
And then the punt return. I think, listen, if he would have taken that to the crib, he would have gotten MVP. I think he would have gotten MVP on that. On those two plays, like, he didn't do much else, but those two plays alone completely changed the game for them.
For sure. It's crazy. Kadrius TONEY, remind me again, he is the rookie.
No. Kadrius TONEY, Sky Moore. Sky Moore was the one that caught the winning touchdown. Basically.
Okay.
But Kadrius, well, not winning touchdown, but the goal, like the one that really put him ahead. Kadrius TONEY was the rookie from the Giants.
He has no eyebrows.
I don't think
he doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that.
He has no eyebrows. Yeah.
I hate this man.
I think it's like legit. All right, like he does it on purpose.
His eyebrows got burned smooth off.
I will pull up a picture.
All right, you got to pull up a picture. Peyton's over here dropping dimes.
Okay.
But yeah, he's the one that right now has Giants fans everywhere screaming expletives because he couldn't do anything in New York. Not a thing. And then it was like he was hurt all the time. The second they traded for him, he was like, I think my leg's good. I think it works.
Honestly, I feel like, man, the way that the league works, man, all it takes is for you to get in the right situation.
Speak on it.
Yeah, man, you getting in the right situation, you getting with the right team, the right coaching staff that believes in you. Man, the sky's the limit, man.
Can you talk about that belief? Because, you know, people don't understand. Fans, you know, this is the American fan. Fans don't understand how much, you know, both from a fan base standpoint, like, oh, this guy's garbage. Oh, and like you're always tearing the players down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just talk about the level that fan support and team support really does help with the morale of the team and as you as an individual player.
Yeah, I think team support is the most important thing. When you have, like I said, a coaching staff in the locker room, when they believe in you, it just gives you, I guess, that extra oomph.
Yeah.
You know, fans
like really, really believe.
Yeah.
Not just we say we believe,
Yeah.
but then your actions show there's
Exactly.
doubt or
Exactly.
or we bring somebody else in at your position. Like, yeah, we believe in you,
Exactly.
but we gonna draft this guy and
Yeah.
undercut your legs.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
I've been a part of situations like that, so
I know that's what
you know, like it's exactly what I said, man.
Yeah.
Fans, I mean, everybody has their own opinion at the end of the day. I know that one thing that I kind of used to struggle with at the beginning of my career was how fans would say, "Oh, you suck, this, that, and the third, da 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 da."
Yeah.
And then you have a good game, and he's
Oh, we
the greatest
love
running
you.
back. Yeah,
I
it's
hate
like, nah,
I
bro.
hate that.
Like,
I hate that more than anything. Like you can't have it both ways. Like
Yeah.
if I'm gonna support you, I'm gonna support you. Now, if you make a dumb play, I'm gonna call out that dumb play, but I'm not
sure.
gonna act like everything else that you do is trash.
For sure.
Like you gonna have to show me you trash, and then I'll be like, hey, this nigga might be
sure.
trash, but
For
like,
sure.
you know what I mean?
I think that's the other thing also though, man. It's just like nobody's really trash in the NFL. I mean, everybody. I mean, come on now, it's
There
the
you go.
NFL. Like,
There you go.
I mean, yeah, there's players that are at a higher caliber than other players, but it's still the NFL. It's
Yeah.
like, man, like, and that's no offense to you or any fan or anything
No,
like
no,
that,
no,
but
no, no, no.
It's like, okay,
He
if
he
he's
might
trash,
not
it's like,
be in
okay,
the right situation, like you
right
said.
situation,
Yeah.
that or shoot.
Right
Man, why
quarterback.
don't you take your ass out here and see how it is? Like,
No. It's so it's so funny you said that because Ro and I were talking. This is a couple episodes back where it was like I think it was that bad Eagles fan where he was talking and it was like, you know, come on out here and take a hit.
Yeah.
Like one hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all this conversation, like go ahead and take a hit and get up and decide to do that again and again and again.
and then at the same time do it in front of 60, 70, 80,000 people, you know? And then however many people are watching on TV and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
if you mess up in a game, which I have done that before, oh, man. But,
Fumble.
no.
Okay, what kind of mess up? What mess up you talking about?
You go look it up. It's on YouTube.
We'll find it.
Oh no! Oh no! All right, I'm not gonna call my man Peyton out like
I
that.
haven't watched it since.
I haven't watched it
It happened
since.
in the playoff games, in the playoff game against the Bengals.
Oh no! What
Man,
what team? What team were you?
The Raiders.
Oh,
I was trying to make a smart play. I really didn't know where I was at. It was on a kickoff return.
okay.
The ball, it was a swivel kick. Or I don't even want to say it was a swivel kick. I want to say the kicker just mishit the ball.
Okay.
And the ball's rolling, and I'm running to get the ball, and I'm like, I can't tell if this ball's going out of bounds or if it's staying in bounds. And I'm like, okay, I was working on the same play right before the game, so I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get out of bounds, and as I'm jumping out of bounds, I'm like I just have I don't know, my brain just froze.
Yeah.
And I ended up touching the ball and landing out of bounds. And this is a playoff game, and I'm like, yo. As soon as I did it, I was like, what?
Did
Like,
they
what did I
did they
just
get
do?
a legal procedure off of that? Is that
No, we got the ball at like the 5.
So if you had your 1 foot out of bounds and had the ball,
yeah.
simultaneously, that's what you've been practicing.
Right. And like when I say that play still like kind of like
still
haunts
bothers
me.
you?
Yeah, for sure. That play bothers me because it's like, man, like I'm not known for really making like dumb
bonehead
mistake.
plays. Yeah.
And you know, like man, like the backlash that I got from that, from like fans. I had fans talking crazy, coming on my social media.
Yeah.
DMing
you,
DMing me, stuff like that. And it's like, man, look, I know for a fact if you were to see me in person, you would not
say any of these things.
No,
Yeah.
But you know that it taught me a lot, and taught me a lot about myself. And you know, there's definitely some things that when I do come back to play that I got to get better at and work on, and that's some things that I have been working on.
Yeah.
So
can you mentioned kind of just 60, 70,000 people. You guys play in front of, you guys are today's gladiators. Yeah. You all play in front of the most fans. You know what I mean? Can you talk about just the roar of the crowd and like emotions? You know, we talked about momentum earlier. Can you talk about just what that feeling is when you're at home and something big happens and the place erupts for you? And then also when you're on the road and you do something big and the place shuts up.
You know what's crazy? I like playing away.
Road game.
Yeah, I like playing road games.
You like being the villain.
Yeah. I really do. I like road games. There's nothing like what you just said when you score a touchdown and the whole stadium just goes quiet. But it almost makes you feel like, man, like, did I do something wrong? You know, like,
yeah, okay. But, well, it's powerful. Yeah. I never really looked at it like that, but like, you know, because think about it, in especially in NFL, he's an offensive player, so everyone on defense is it's a lot of noise, and then they score and like touchdown, other team, and like the whole crowd shuts up.
Quiet.
That's actually quiet. I never looked at it like that. That's deep.
Yeah. Versus at home, it's kind of the same thing. But you know, there's just nothing like hearing the whole stadium go completely silent.
Yeah.
So
that's dope. Now I have a couple more things about the game, obviously, before we get into a little bit more into Peyton's background and who Peyton is. I had a question, you know, and this has come up a lot. You know, I play Madden, so I'm gonna preface all this with this. So I'll start there, and I'll get your take from that. Why don't teams go for 2 with a chance to go up 9 more at the end of games? Yesterday's game, the Chiefs, when they scored the touchdown from Sky Moore, they went up 7 because they were already up 1. So when they scored, they already went up 7. If they would have went for 2, they lose nothing. You lose nothing. Now, granted, kicking a field goal, you force the other team to then go for 2 and get it. But when you go for 2, now it forced you to have 2 possessions, and that game was already basically running out. You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't teams do that more? Do you think that they should? Give me your thoughts.
It's the NFL, man. You know, most games come down to like the last, like, I want to say like 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Like in most
situations.
So I think it's really just being conservative. I mean, that's the only thing that I can say. I guess that's the reason why I'm a player and not a coach. You know? So.
but you think, yeah, I mean, but think about it, because like we lose nothing if we don't get this 2-point conversion. We're up 7. So then, you know what I mean, like they're still gonna score, kick the extra point. We get it. We go up 2 possessions. Now I've forced you to get a stop and get the ball back and score twice.
I don't know. I think it's just like what you said a little bit earlier about the momentum change. You know, like say you don't get it, and
you kind of give a little bit away.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I had to ask that because I was like,
they ran a shit ton of red zone plays leading up to that though. So like, part of me is like
they gave a lot away
out of their bag.
That's fair.
Yeah,
mind you, they scored on the same fucking play twice. So
yeah.
Well, but they ran it to different sides. And to different players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the first time, the one that Kadrius TONEY ran was gorgeous. The second one was a little bit more. It looked different, even though it was the same concept. It did have a look. It had a different look to it.
Yeah.
On the Sky Moore one, so
he was a little faster, Kadrius TONEY.
Ooh, that route was.
This guy right here, a little bit.
Oh
faster.
no, he doesn't have high routes.
A little bit faster.
Yo,
it makes him that much faster. He's aerodynamic.
Yeah.
It ain't getting through no wind. I'm just bald face. I'm Charlie Villanueva out here. That's too much. All right, we got to switch up and talk about the halftime show. What were your thoughts? I know that you said you watched the game at Big Jerk. Shout out to Big Jerk here in Las Vegas.
Sure.
if you want to sponsor, contact the studio. But were you able to like listen? Did they keep that all up and have it over the speakers and everything so you could watch and listen?
Yeah. Shout out to Big Jerk for letting me come through. But I think Rihanna did her thing. That was a great halftime performance. I was kind of skeptical going into it.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like Rihanna.
Yeah.
But
I forgot. You forget she has a ton of hits.
Yeah.
I was this girl got a lot of hits.
Yeah. I didn't realize she had that many hits.
Yeah. And then like not even so many of them weren't necessarily just her hits, but she's been a part of other people's hits.
Right.
And like her portion of the song makes the song, so it's like I can sing the hook and. Like literally, I was telling somebody yesterday. I was like, I felt like Rihanna was like, I'm gonna give you the best part of this song, lead you into the hook, and then we're moving on.
Move on. Yeah.
Like that was what she did.
Yeah, she definitely did her thing, and then for her to, I'm not sure if it's been confirmed, but
she's pregnant.
She's pregnant. Yeah,
she's pregnant.
Yeah,
that was the first thing I thought. I was like, when did she have the baby? I was like, is she? Maybe it's baby weight still. I don't know.
No, she did something at the very beginning where she kind of rubbed her stomach. I was like,
oh, okay. I didn't see that. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that was from that drone shot that was so dope. Man, like when they panned back and they showed how high that camera was, I was like, where's this camera at?
Yeah,
That's got to be a drone.
Insane.
But one thing I will say also, I thought Kanye was going to come out. I thought Kanye was going to come out. Or I thought Jay-Z was going to come out because, Jay-Z was there. And then he has so many ties to the NFL right now. She kept bringing up their songs. And I was like, no, I
think with everything going on with Kanye right now.
Wasn't for the best.
Yeah.
Might not have been the smartest of moves.
Probably not.
Well, I will say I love that they were able to give her a platform. You know what I mean? So many other artists over the last 10, 15 years, they bring in 5, 10, 15 special guests, and it's like you forget that this was their moment. So she was able to maximize her moment, and her moment was just about her. So shout out to Rihanna about that. One thing that did come up yesterday, I did not give George this. If he finds it, I love him, but if not, it's okay. There is a Michael Jordan biopic. Now, granted, I don't know how much of Michael Jordan we're going to see in said biopic, but they do have Viola Davis as Dolores. You didn't see it? Now it has to be found, George. You got to go find it. Peyton didn't see it.
Was it a commercial?
Yeah.
So at Big Jerk, when they...
you missed all the commercials?
You could see it.
But they cut the sound.
They cut the sound on it. And they turned the music on.
Oh, come on, bro! It's a Super Bowl, dog.
Yeah.
You don't cut the commercials. If this is the NFC Championship game, go ahead and do your thing. This is the Super Bowl. People actually watch the commercials. Yeah, man. There's a Michael Jordan biopic that's basically around Nike bringing Jordan, like selling Jordan.
You know what's crazy? Now that you're saying that, I didn't see it yesterday, but I did see something about that. Like they're making a movie about it. Yeah.
Like basically selling Jordan and building, because Nike was built off the back of Michael Jordan. Yeah. Truthfully, like they were a waffling company, and honestly, I didn't know this until the Lakers Showtime show, not Showtime, it's Winning Time. I didn't realize that Nike had approached Magic Johnson. Yeah. And if Magic would have accepted that deal, Magic would be a billionaire right now, just off the strength of that deal, because they didn't have the money. They were giving him shares. They were like, we'll give you X amount of shares. You'll own 30% of the company. Like, Magic would be an absolute billionaire right now. And then also having what you got, George?
It just says it's going to release April 5th, 2023.
April 5th, all right.
So it's close.
All right. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon.
Jason Bateman.
Oh,
Marlon Wayans, Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
It's going to be good.
What is Chris Tucker in this movie? That's interesting. Okay, all right.
Jackie Chan? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm done.
That's Rush Hour 5.
And then you went too far. But very excited about that. The Flash movie.
I didn't see I didn't hear the audio, but I did see it. That looked pretty good.
I actually went and watched the trailer last night, and it looks insane. So what's his, Michael Keaton. Bruce Willis. What the heck is wrong with me? Bruce Willis is fighting for his life right now. But Michael Keaton, I hate you, George. Michael Keaton back as Batman. I know you ain't that old, man. Michael Keaton, when I saw Michael Keaton, he didn't look old and decrepit. I was like, oh Lord have mercy, this is the greatest moment of my life. That's Batman. So that looked dope. I would say my favorite commercials, I had 2. I was kind of in and out on some of the commercials too. Commercials now, they're just not as funny. Like,
I mean, there's so much censorship going on.
Yeah,
nowadays,
people. Well, comedy in general, like you said, there's so much censorship. People get butthurt about everything. But the Premature Electrification joint, I know that you couldn't hear it. So basically, it was I think it was Dodge.
It was Dodge.
Ram.
Yeah,
because it's not Dodge Ram anymore. Ram had a commercial basically. That was like kind of poking fun at like the NFL with like all the Cialis and Viagra commercials. So it was people worried about cars going electric too fast. So it was similar to, women, oh, my man can't do this. But now they're talking about the cars. And so it was like the way they spun it, and it was instead of premature ejaculation, it was premature electrification.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, it was that one was
funny.
actually solid from a writing standpoint. It wasn't so funny, but writing I was like, aha, I see you.
Witty.
It was very witty. And then the Skechers Snoop Dogg commercial with Martha Stewart and Tony Romo. Tony Romo out here throwing just rockets in the midsection of 8-year-olds, sending them backwards. You 8 years old? No, I'm 9. It's so good.
See it.
That one was good too. I was like, okay, those are the 2 most memorable ones for me that I thought were funny. George, did you have any?
Jack Harlow's
The triangle joint?
Yeah, how he started playing the triangle.
Yeah.
And then the triangle was like the new fad. He was doing cologne commercial. That was a lot of work, and they made the best of it.
Okay, all right.
Doritos doesn't miss.
Doritos, I will say, of all the companies, their commercials, if they have a commercial in the Super Bowl, 90% of the time, it does well.
Agreed.
For sure.
But let's see. Favorite moment. George, you're going to have to pull it up because I don't even remember what this is. I just was sending stuff at this point.
Oh, you were in your feelings.
I was.
If you're thinking this is your favorite moment, you're in your feelings.
Yes. No, I do. As soon as you said that, I do remember this. So, Jason Kelce, he got tapped by his mom. George is going to replay it, but he got tapped by his mom and didn't realize. And then as soon as he saw it was his mom, got emotional.
Yeah.
You got to remember, she had a son on both sides of this game. Now, granted, both of them have won. Both of them have won a title, but this is the first time that one of her children has won on the, basically against the other. And it was an emotional moment, and I thought it was really cool. It was cool that was something that was captured. So that was the reason why it was my favorite moment.
Yeah, it's hard for you. We got tissues back here too.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, Peyton, did you have a favorite moment from the game? It doesn't have to be so sad. It could be football related.
I think seeing Travis do the stanky leg, that was pretty funny.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
When he scored.
Oh. I explained to Peyton beforehand. Peyton and I went out on Saturday night, and I am a decade older than Mr. Young Barber over here, and so when I go out now, the recovery time isn't what it once was, and so he sure did hit the stanky leg. I did not see that, but yeah, the recovery time was not what I thought it would be, and so I saw the coin toss and the Eagles take the field. And I woke up, it was the second quarter. It was 7-7. So I missed the first quarter. It is what it is. I have to be honest with the people. So, yeah, no, I did not. That was the reason why I missed the stanky leg. I did not see said stanky leg.
Yeah.
That was great.
That was your favorite moment?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to switch gears. You know what I mean? I got Peyton in here, so I have to ask him some questions about his career. We've been talking a little bit about just being an NFL player. But, while I had you in here, I definitely want to talk to you about your career. And so your road to the NFL was a hard one. You were undrafted, came out of Auburn early. Can you talk about just the ability to not only make an NFL roster, but then to stick on one for multiple years? Like, what does that take?
Man, it's it's kind of like what I said at the beginning, man. It's definitely a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. I know in my situation, I still had 2 more years of eligibility. So I left as a redshirt sophomore.
Yeah.
And I didn't leave necessarily because of, I thought I was ready. I thought that I could, succeed at the next level of center third. I left because I had some problems going on at home that I feel like I need to take care of. And I sat down with my parents. We had a talk, and I just rushed for like 1,000 yards in the SEC.
That's no small feat in that SEC.
No, not at all. But I had done it in I want to say like 6 or 7 games, pretty much. Because what had happened was I had ended up getting hurt, and nobody knew I was hurt. I had a AC joint sprain.
Oh, okay.
And for anybody that's ever had one of those, man, like that's probably one of the most painfulest injuries that I've had.
Really? And you touched your right arm. Was that on your dominant side? That's on your right. That's on your right side.
That's the shoulder that I usually go to deliver the blow, and man, I go from getting the ball 20 to 25, sometimes 30 times a game, to you're getting the ball once to twice a game.
Oh wow.
So, I just felt like it was time to go. I tell my story at the combine. That kind of goes viral because this was before athletes were getting paid and stuff like that. Also, I definitely feel like it may have been a little bit different if we were in today's.
You wouldn't have
era.
to leave.
Yeah,
you'd already be getting paid to play.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you bring up NIL. How do you feel about NIL? I've always been a proponent of paying college athletes, especially in basketball and football.
Yeah.
Just because of the billions of dollars that they bring into these universities.
For sure.
What do you think? And maybe if there should be any adjustments, what do you think that they should do?
Well, I'm definitely happy that they decided to go that way. I feel like they should have been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
If I could change anything, I wish that there was some way that we could get grandfathered in, to the money that we supposedly helped make the school and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like I had something to do with that, telling my story. I actually did a show with Vice on HBO. So that I guess I definitely got a lot of coverage as well.
Yeah.
So
now, Auburn, your War Eagle, you know what I'm saying? How do you feel in terms of your college recruitment? Do you feel like you made the right choice going to Auburn? Where else could you have gone? What were some of the other schools that were?
I got hurt my junior year, but I still picked up a couple of offers. But I had already had offers for my sophomore year. Offers from Clemson, UCF.
Wait, Clemson? That would have been a national championship run.
Yeah,
one of those years, right?
Yeah, that was my first offer. Actually, Clemson was. Yeah.
Okay.
See what other schools did I have in my sophomore year? I want to say I had Kentucky as well.
Okay.
There was a couple other schools, but I really got most of my offers from my senior year. My senior year was really the year that I kind of snapped, and I was able to do everything that I knew that I could do. My sophomore year, I was sharing the backfield with somebody, and I transferred into a school during, I guess, like the middle part of the season. So,
did he end up doing anything? Did he go to college and all those things?
Yeah. His name was Wesley Gaskin. He went to is it D3 school?
Okay.
Is it Mount Union?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think Mount Union is where. Did Donald Driver go there?
Possibly.
Why did I feel like if I get that right?
That's I guess the criminal decrepit for D3.
Of like D3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think that was Donald Driver.
Okay.
Why that screams out is pretty impressive to me. But
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I want to say Cecil Shorts went there also.
Okay. All right.
I'm not mistaken.
But
Pierre Garçon.
Pierre Garçon.
Thank you.
You're
I knew
right with Cecil Shorts.
I
Yeah.
knew it was Pierre Garçon. I knew it was
Yeah.
someone that like I had cheered for.
Yeah.
So Garçon was a Redskin. Fair enough.
And Brock Purdy before he went to Kansas State
Oh,
or Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mount Union.
Yeah.
All
Product
right.
of Mount Union, baby.
Well, I mean, I love it, man. I love talking about your story and, and just the trials and tribulations, but continuing to move forward. You were known as a power back in the league. Is that really how you wanted to be portrayed, or is that the role that you've been given and you kind of stuck with it because that's how I'm getting paid?
It's crazy, man. I really feel like there's so many untapped parts of my game that a lot of people don't really know. Like,
I figured.
I can really catch also. Like, I have very, very good hands.
I'll say this, and the reason I say this is because, again, as I'm a Redskins fan and you played on our team, it was like, all right, I guess Peyton Barber coming in, it's a run up the middle.
Yeah,
we only trying to get these 3 yards.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And that was like, and that can be a box that a team puts you in. And it's like, unless someone gets hurt or the coaches just, because, they'll start these narratives, oh, he can't catch or he can't do this. And it's like, no, you just haven't shown that I can.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I can run some routes too. That's the funny part.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your favorite route?
I like the whip route.
Okay.
I like goes. There's like option routes. I feel like there's not too many routes that I feel like I really can't run. Like I said, I just haven't really been able to showcase.
Yeah, all aspects of your game.
Exactly. But I feel like taking some time off last year. I just needed to get into a better headspace and get my body right. And hopefully this year, I'll get back on the team and stuff like that as well. So, I had teams calling me throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
Washington actually, the funny part about it was Washington actually called me the last game of the season, wanted me to come in.
Okay.
And I was just like, nah, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Like I said, next year, I'll be back and I'll be right. So.
Oh, so you already jumping ahead. So
Yeah.
So what's next for you? It sounds like you still want to keep playing. Maybe, I guess I had 2 parts to this question, but what do you want to do after football in terms of getting into other arenas or different things? Like, what are some things after football you'd like to do?
Yeah.
But what's next in terms of this coming season? Like, what do you have to do in terms of getting back on the team?
Well, I guess that's really up to my agent and I guess the teams that want to pick me. Right now, I'm recovering from injury that I had, but it's I'll definitely I'll be able to recover from it. It's really just getting in shape, getting my mind right, and being ready to go when my time is called.
If the Raiders lose Josh Jacobs, you think you would come back to the Raiders? Since
Yeah, heck yeah. I love playing for the Raiders. That was one of my favorite teams that I played for. It'd have to be
you
between,
jumping all over my questions. I love it. Good stuff.
It would have to be between the Raiders and Tampa. Tampa being Tampa gave me my start.
Gave you the shot, and played there for a good chunk of time.
Yeah, I was there for 4 years, and
you was there. You were
gave me an
sharing the
opportunity.
backfield with famous Jameis.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I have to ask this. I got you, George.
I was gonna say
got
we're
you,
ready.
George.
We're ready for you. If you want to reunite, like I know Jameis probably stuck it in there really nice on handoffs.
Easy.
The Saints.
Pause. Super pause.
No, listen.
This is a guest. You can't say stuck it in real nice.
Running backs know what I'm talking about. He's firm with it.
Continue. Phrasing.
You can take it over, Josh.
Okay, so George is a Saints fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I was jumping in there because George is a Saints fan, and so he loves Jameis. Would you talk about playing with Jameis and because it was either a touchdown or a pick with him. So
Man, shoot, Jameis is real, man. Jameis is a great quarterback. I really enjoyed playing with Jameis. Jameis helped me out with so much, with me being a rookie and coming in. A lot of people don't know, like, man, Jameis is also a wizard on that board. That's a very
very smart
individual.
football
Yeah,
player.
yeah, football player when it comes to.
And this is before he went to New Orleans, because in New Orleans he was saying how he was learning so much from Drew Brees and just managing things and different things. That's dope to hear you say that. That's like this is the inside information that fans need to know, because people, again, these narratives get started about people, and people are so quick to just jump on a narrative and run with it that they don't know anything, and then players never really given the platform to talk about.
Half the time, the media doesn't even really know what they're talking about. Like I said, Jameis had that year where he went 30 for 30. You go back and watch that year, a good almost half of those picks were deflected or just crazy
weird picks, not like bad read.
Yeah. And it's like, man, people don't understand how hard it is to play quarterback. That's a tough. I would never want to play quarterback.
Why would you never want to play quarterback?
Because the quarterback has to know what everybody does on the field. Everybody.
At the same time. And while somebody's trying to kill them.
Correct. And you got people, like me, there's sometimes before the play, he'll call a play and it's like, I'm ADHD, so, the play just won't come to me and I'm like, yo, what do I have on this play? What's my route on this?
Am I blocking on the left or the right?
It's like I'll know where to go, but it's like, what's my route?
Yeah.
Because playing running back, you also have to know. Okay, you got your progressions that especially on pass plays, and let's just be honest. If you can't pass block, you're not gonna last too long in the league.
No, because that's one of the biggest things.
You're protecting the quarterback.
That's right.
Yeah, man, there's a couple of times where it's like, man, I just need to know what's my route at the end of this play, so I can know whether to leak out or
after I get this chip, where am I going?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
I love it.
Yeah.
Now, what's your favorite fan base that you've played for so far? Raiders.
Man, Raiders, that is a loyal and crazy fan base.
Shout out to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what fans do you hate the most, and why? This can be a whole team, or also just maybe fans in general, like the ones that jump in your DMs.
Fans that I hate the most. I don't think I'm gonna answer that, just because it's like, man, I'm a free agent, so I could end up on one of these teams.
I'll give you an easy one. I thought you were gonna say Alabama, without a doubt. I thought you were gonna say Alabama.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go. We could. All right. That's fair. You are a businessman, not just a business, but a businessman. Yeah. So I'll get Thank you, George, for jumping in there and giving us an out. What team in the SEC did you hate the most?
Yeah, definitely would have to be Alabama.
Okay.
That's just kind of that's what you're taught, what you get on campus,
Nothing else matters, just beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Did you guys beat Alabama while you were there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. 2013, with the kick six.
Oh, you were on that team?
Yeah.
Oh,
my freshman year. Yeah.
I did not realize that.
Yep.
Okay.
Kick six.
What was that like? What was the campus like that night? Because I just watched my brother play. He plays for San Jose State.
Okay.
So I watched them play Auburn earlier this year. And, even then, because I feel like Auburn's going a little downhill right now, but the support is still strong.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine what campus was like after that night.
Well, you know what's crazy? I didn't go out in college. I always had a girlfriend or something like that. So, I was in the house.
Safe.
Yeah, I was in the house and chilling, but I can only imagine what it was like. But as that play happened, what's crazy? Being on the field when the play was happening, he obviously gets the ball, he's running down the field, and he starts tiptoeing down the sidelines, and the stadium it gets loud, and then it gets quiet. And then he crosses the goal line, and everybody's just looking around did we just win?
George, you got to pull that play up. We're going to have to find that play.
Yeah.
We're going to have to find that play, because that's honestly probably over the last 15, 20 years, that's one of the greatest college football plays.
I think that's one of the greatest college plays ever.
Yeah,
that's not me just being biased because I went to all of them, but that's I mean, come on, that's one of the biggest rivalry games.
That's up there, bro.
Also, and to win it
definitely
like
up there.
that's Man, it's crazy.
Because did you guys in their here we go? Did you guys in their season like going to the championship game that year?
I think they still won the championship that year.
Okay, here we go.
It got quiet like right here.
There goes Davis. Oh my God! He's going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back.
That's so crazy.
Oh man.
Look at Nick Saban. Good. Get your behind off the field.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
That's a perfect way to end it. Oh, that is a perfect way to end it. Complete
Crazy.
disbelief. Like, oh,
Crazy.
man, you be pregnant with emotion in some of these games. Like,
Oh,
especially when you think you're gonna lose, and then all of a sudden it completely flips the other way, and we won. Like, oh, yeah, sports has definitely taken years off my life. I'm not even gonna lie on that. Okay, Peyton, again, as I've said, is a former Redskin. Were you a Redskin or were you a Washington football team player?
I was
You were a Washington football team player, weren't
Washington football team.
Oh,
But
God.
it was the year that they changed the name.
Yeah,
That's when I
yeah.
came in.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll start with that then. First, how was that whole process? How did you feel playing for a team that had no name?
Washington was different for me. I definitely enjoyed my time there. Coach Rivera is a great coach. I enjoyed the staff. It was different. You know, I was used to being. I started to get to be used to being the guy, and then having to go back down to
Not being the guy.
not being the guy and playing special teams again. Like, you know, that kind of like took a lot out of me. But you know, I just knew I had to keep pushing. You know, but it was different. You know, you going from being in warm weather, sunny all the time. You know, you're wearing shorts year round to you going up, you snowing, and it's
we
like,
better bundle up.
Yeah.
You better bring your coat.
It's like, all right, you know, I like playing for Washington. That's one thing. I don't want to make it seem like I didn't like playing for Washington, but I really enjoyed my time there. It was a culture shock.
Yeah.
Um,
In every way.
in every way, you know.
Yeah.
The other thing is a lot of people don't understand their facilities are up in Ashburn,
That's right.
Virginia. The stadium is in
Landover.
yeah,
PG
Maryland,
County.
Maryland,
PG County. Yeah.
It's a hour drive.
Yeah.
So I mean, just imagine you get done playing a game and you got to drive an hour home. You know, like
yeah.
I'm tired.
Win or lose.
Yeah, win or lose. You know, I'm tired. You know, like
Dang, that is true. That's all little stuff. It's little stuff. Cause like, you know, when you think about the Raiders right now, literally everything is 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
And-
it's 5 minutes. Like if you where you live right now is about 8 minutes from the facility.
yeah,
And then
15 from the facility.
Yeah.
I could make it
To the
to the
stadium.
stadium
like,
in 5 minutes.
I was about to say 5 to 6 if you really push it.
I've had to do it before. I've made it in 4 actually because of time. But yeah,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
No, that's actually, man, that's actually really, really true. Well, okay, perfect. That's a perfect segue. You played for owner Daniel Snyder.
Mhm.
Do you have any feelings about Daniel Snyder? I know you. You know what? I'm gonna save this man from that. What I will say is this: who do you think the new owner should be? I know that I personally want Jeff Bezos because of what he can do in terms of, like you just mentioned, the new stadium, putting that new stadium back in DC. You know what I mean? Building a palace, what it could do for the city of DC. What do you think in terms of the new ownership and just ownership in general? What is a good owner to you? Don't even have to name names.
I think whatever the team decides they want to do with ownership is the best
I love
best choice for them.
Listen, come on back over here to me, George. I respect this. I respect. Like this. This is a man that has had a PR person before, and he's like, "What you not gonna do is mess this bag up for me." So you know what? When I wrote this to myself, I was not taking that into account, and I saw the glaze in his eye, and I was like, "He ain't gonna give me what I want. It's all right. I'm not even gonna put him in that position. Leave it alone." Well, P, man, I really appreciate you coming, man. Seriously, I wish you luck, continued luck in your career, continued health in your career, and and then whatever's next, I know that you're gonna be dope and keep knocking this thing out the park.
Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate you for having me on. One more thing I didn't say was
Yes, sir.
one of the things that I'm getting started out here is I'm gonna be doing a luxury car rental business.
Okay.
Out here, so. That's soon to come.
If you need any help or anything with that, just let me know. I know a few of the players in town, so you know what I'm saying. You just let me know.
For sure.
Something else for us to discuss.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching another episode of The American Fan. I set an alarm for myself to bring the Jordan cards, and I still freaking forgot the daggone Jordan cards. We are going to be doing a Michael Jordan rookie card giveaway this Friday. I don't know if it's going to be in studio. I might be at the crib. We'll see. But make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, to our Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We're everywhere out here. And I'll see you guys next time. For Josh Williams, this is Peyton Barber. Peyton, thank you again for showing out today, and I'll see you guys next time.
Sure.